Alright guys, so we are going to get straight into this video, so we must like the video. Like the damn video, bro. Come on. Come on. Like the damn video. Now let's get into this. So we're going to explain why women fear high value men when it comes to relationships. And there's many things I'm about to break down. So listen closely to this video. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't take things out of context. Just listen and try to understand. So, in life, when we talk about the majority of men are risk takers to an extent. Of course, there's going to be other men that take much more risk than some men, but to an extent. Men are typically risk takers, so they don't really fear and have the fear like a lot of women do. And I'm not saying no women aren't risk takers. We're talking about the majority of men are. The majority of women aren't. Majority of women are going to safety. And let me explain that too. There's a reason why women want high value men. Because they want safety. They don't feel safe with a low value dude. They don't feel safe with a guy that don't got his shit together. They don't feel safe with a guy that makes just enough to get by. They don't. I'm not saying she won't be with a guy that makes just enough to get by. But she ain't going to feel safe. Women love safety. This is why this is true. Men are the risk takers. Men don't fear relationships. Men don't fear things like that. Women typically do. Not all, majority do. So when we also explain a high value man, you don't gotta be a billionaire. You don't gotta be the chiseled out of stone, best looking dude that's ever walked the face of this planet. But you do gotta be good everywhere. You gotta be well rounded. Almost everything about yourself gotta be on point. And you could probably consider yourself a higher value dude than most. You're far above average. And women typically like those type of men. But they also fear them at the same time, which is what I'm about to break down. So, and also like an easy way to know if you're a high value dude, walk into a club, walk into a bar. If you got females throwing themselves at you, if you get women very easily, you can get women, to say the least. They throw themselves at you. You got options. Hella options. You have to put in no effort and you can get these girls, because when you walk in with your swagger, dressed to the tits, they can almost tell you got money, you got confidence. You stand out, so they will come up to you. They will put their hands on you. They will try to do things to get with you. Because they want you. They feel safe. Look at this guy. He looks great. I love this guy. That's the way they think. And I don't mean literally love, but like they love the idea of possibly being with you, so they want to try. And not a lot of women's going to try to get majority of guys. But if you're a high value dude, best believe you're going to walk into a place and they will even show interest in little ways if you can tell. In little ways, you're going to find out. So, like I said, men are risk takers. They're not going to be scared. Let's say if you're a very high value female, you're very good looking, you're very youthful, things like this. Let's say a guy's not too hot, he's not too great. He ends up with this girl some way, somehow. He's not going to fear a relationship with this woman. He's just going to be thankful he can even get in the damn door with this woman. He's not really worried, oh my God, I'm so scared she's going to leave me. No. Men do not typically think this way. Women do. Like I said, there's a reason why women are drawn towards the more high value dudes. Because they want safety and security. They want to know everything's going to be okay. But the reason why they might fear them in a relationship, and I'm not saying all women fear high value dudes, because obviously there's women with high value dudes in the world. But there's also females who are absolutely not ready. They might look really good, but they're not ready to date that guy and that caliber of a guy. Because of whatever reasons, her insecurities, her fears, whatever. She has this scarcity mindset. She has that fear. And some of these women out here, bro, they cannot handle the slightest bit of rejection, the slightest bit of making her look or feel stupid in any way, shape, or form. There could be something good for her laid out on the table for the taking. She could have the best opportunity of her life. There's some females out there in the world that would turn that down because of her fears and insecurities of you leaving her or finding better, because she knows you're a high caliber, high status dude, high value dude. You can get other girls. This scares her. These types of females usually go after some guys that can't really get other girls. It makes them feel safer, but it's very bad for them. Very bad. And it's very bad for the guy. Because as the relationship goes on, over time, she's going to start to change. She's going to realize eventually she can do better. When there was better on the table and she couldn't take it, she couldn't accept it, she thinks back. And it's almost like as she's grown a little bit and evolved, now she feels she can take it. So she don't want this guy anymore. She never really wanted him in the first place, but she wanted somebody. So she chose a lesser man, and she left him because she wants something better. That's going to make her feel better, more safe, more secure, all these things. And she's willing to take the risk, maybe now. So there's a lot of these things that people don't understand. That's why and it's very bad for these girls, bro, to do things like that, because they can also be with lower value dudes for a longer period of time, waste too much time, and now they can't get high value anything. Now they're stuck with virtually nothing. They don't even want the dude they were with. But they can't get a high value dude now because it's a waste of time. They didn't develop as quick as they should have. That was the problem the whole damn time. So, you see things like this happening sometimes. And I'm not talking about all women, but it happens to some. 100%. There was something very good for her. She could not accept it because of fear, because of worry, because she knows you can get other girls. She knows other girls want you. Most of the time, if you can get some girls, you can get all girls. And I say all as in pretty much all. Pretty much. A very high percentage of women you could probably get if you can get some. It's just how it goes. If one wants you, they all want you. It's because the caliber of a man you are. That's what makes every other girl want you. It just comes down to the caliber of a man you are and you become. Because men are not made. Men are created through hard work, through sacrifice, through discipline, through so many things. You can't just call yourself a man just because. You can, but there's levels to the man you've become type thing. Right? All this makes perfect sense. And women know who you are. They're not stupid. They're actually very smart. They know who you are. They know where you stand. They know who they are. They know where they stand. That's why sometimes if something really good comes to them and they're not ready for it, they can't accept it, they kind of block it. They block you from getting any closer. You might even get with this girl. But a relationship and getting closer and things like that is not going to happen with some of these chicks because of their fear, their insecurities. Most of the time, these girls end up with someone much weaker, much lesser than you were. And she might be with him for a while, and all of a sudden it comes crashing down. Now, she's in a stuck position. She took a beta male cuck over a high value dude because she felt more comfortable with that at the time. So she leaves a beta male cuck. She wants a high value dude. Now she can't get a high value dude because she wasted time, and she's no longer as valuable maybe as she once was. This is where women make mistakes. Let me say it again. In life, you have to take a risk. What happens if you don't take a risk in business? No success. What happens if you don't take a risk at a certain course you want to take in school? You're not going to get that course. You know what? You might get into the course and realize you don't want to take that no more, and you spent the money. Now you flunk it. Now you spent that money and you don't even get the course. You don't even get your job. There's a risk involved. It happens to some people. When it comes to relationships, you have to take a risk. You have to. You have to put yourself out there to a certain extent. You have to open yourself up to somebody to a certain extent so you can grow closer and build a healthier, stronger bond with a person and actually start a life and a family and whatever else with the person. And marriage, there's massive risk involved. Massive risk involved. So if you're not willing to take a risk, if you're a female and you have an opportunity with a high value dude and you don't take it, you may never get something like that ever again. Something like that may never come your way ever again. It might not. You could ruin your life. It was a thing you should have done. It was a risk you should have taken, and you didn't do it because you wanted to be comfortable. You wanted to have the dick in the relationship and try to get with this beta male simp to make him your puppet so you could feel comfortable and powerful because you don't want to feel lesser than. But that's a terrible mistake. Like I said, terrible mistake, because a man must be the rock. A female cannot be the rock in the relationship. It is a stoic, confident, powerful man that is the rock. The woman is always the more emotional one. Here is her rock. That's who you are. And she's not going to get that in a weaker beta male, lower value dude. Which is why that relationship will never work. She's going to realize that as time goes on, she's going to leave him. She's going to keep going in circles because she's unwilling to take that risk that is out here, right here on the table. She's not willing to take that risk. And that's exactly why, like I said, that these women fear high value men, because they have power, they have confidence. They could replace her if he wanted. She's not willing to take that risk because of these possibilities that could happen in her head. Most of the time it's delusional, but it's how women are. It's how they think. They're not risk takers for the most part. I'm not saying no women can take a risk. They can. But for the most part, they want safety, security, and all these things. They felt safer with a lower value dude because she knew in her head, he's not going to leave me. I can have this guy. But that's not healthy for you, baby girl. It is not. You want a rock. You're not supposed to be the more confident, powerful, stoic one. A lot of women have this issue today. And they're not willing to take the risk. If you don't take the risk, you don't get no reward. That's how it is. That's how it's always been. And it's how it's always going to be. So take the risk. You get something good laid out on the table, you might want to think twice before, putting your guard up, not letting it happen. Eventually walking away from this dude, him not giving a shit, him getting somebody else, you getting a beta male simp, you dating him for some years, you leaving him, now you're back to square one, you wasted your damn time, you wasted your damn life, you've accomplished nothing, and you're back to square one, right where you were when you didn't take the risk. Is this making any sense? I hope to fuck it is, because this is how it goes. This is how many people's lives go. And if you look at the more successful people that have successful relationships, long-lasting, healthy, amazing relationships, there was a risk involved. They took the risk. And it worked out. So take the risk. Without it, you don't get what you want. You don't get the risk by necessarily, I want to do what makes me feel safe and happy and all these things. Sometimes as a female, you got to take a bit of a risk. And some of them have a different mindset. They will feel safer by, what's the word I want to put on this? They will feel safer by committing to a strong, masculine, high-value man that's very powerful. They do feel safer doing that because they have safety, security, the finances are on point, everything is on point. She feels safest doing that. She feels she's good enough, she's confident enough, she thinks she can have this guy, she takes the risk. And it pays off. So, you really cannot win by not taking a risk. That's the whole point. You want to turn something like that down because you feel scared, insecure that, oh, he's going to find better. I've heard that one many times from some females. You can do so much better. You're not willing to take a risk. You're not willing to work on yourself. You're not willing to get better. So you date lesser men. It never works out. You come back here again. They don't know what to do. They're all over the place. Oh, they're so scared. They're so scared of something not going their way. That's where you have to kind of grow up a little bit and take a damn risk. Some women have no problem making that move. And some do. To the point where they sabotage everything their whole life. They've dated weaker men so they can be in control because they feel scared of a real man. And they come back to square one. And they're right there. They lose attraction for this lower value guy. They don't even want him no more. These are usually females that get older and like, oh, I just want to be alone. Because you can't even get a high value dude anymore. And I'm not trying to be mean. But I'm being 100% raw and honest and truthful. You really messed up. Accountability goes a long way. You really, really messed up. Because you know in your heart you've dated weaker men because you want to feel more superior. Because you didn't trust a real man. Probably because of your issues. And it really affected you and it's going to affect the rest of your life. So, ladies, when something good gets presented to you, you should probably think about taking the risk before being so quick to put your guard up and be like, no. Get better, calm yourself down, calm your tits, do whatever you gotta do. Because we're talking about the rest of your life. You walk one time away from a dude that, he probably would have been really good for you. You may never get him again. You could come back next week and he's probably already gone doing something else. And you decide to go to a weaker dude, which is very bad for you, not going to work out. It's not in your nature to do that. The women that are going against their nature are the ones that are failing. They don't even realize they're so lost and so far ahead of their own self. They won't even admit. They're older now. They won't even admit that they messed up. They just want to keep living as if everything's good. I want to be single, none of this, none of that. No. You know you messed up. Deep, 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 deep down inside, you know you messed up. You do. And there's certain things or certain mistakes that people make they can never take back. This may sound harsh. This video may sound harsh to some women, but I can't help it. It is the truth. We're not here to hurt. We're here to help. How is this hurting? It's only helping. There could be younger females watching this video. This could have taught you a lesson. Don't get bitter about the truth. Why on earth would we do that? We're here to learn. We're here to grow. No one's being bashed. It's the 100% truth. It's the 100% truth, guys. I've been in this situation where I would have been really, really good for, I'm not going to say names, but her. Yeah, her. She couldn't take it at the time because she felt she wanted to do something different. She did things for some years of her life, decided, oh shit, nothing else is working, nothing else is going my way, nothing else is better. I know what was the best for me. I'm going to come back. By the time she came back, Terry Joel Jr.'s not there. He's gone. You see what I'm saying here, guys? When you have something really good, you don't fuck that up. You take the risk. You take it. Even if you don't think I don't know if I can do it, you take the risk. You're only going to regret not doing it. That's the only thing you're going to regret. And I promise you that. So that's it with this video. I'm gonna wrap this up. And I think I explained everything I need to explain. I just wish more females would understand this, because it's going to help you. It's all this is. Like I said, no one's being bashed. I just wish more would understand this. There's plenty of women in the world that understand this perfectly fine. They make perfect decisions on their end. They end up in the perfect relationship. No relationship is perfect, but perfect for themselves. Because they were in a position where they could take it. Instead of always being in a position where you don't feel you can, you're scared, you're insecure, you don't know what's going to happen. No one knows what's going to happen in this world. There's a risk with everything. There's a risk of making a new friend that could probably kill you within a year. He could turn out to be some psychopath and kill you. You don't know what's going to happen. You take a risk. If you walk out of your house and you hop in a car with a friend and you drive somewhere to go do something and you get in a car accident, there's a risk in everything. Why so? That's what I'm trying to say. Men are risk takers. No men, you never hear stories of like this happening to men. Oh my God, bro, I couldn't handle her. I was just too insecure. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. She's just too good for me, bro. No, every guy is going to jump on that ass, bro. They're risk takers. They're going for it. Men go for it. Women are more cautious. And I get it. It's your protection mechanism. But don't let that be your downfall. There are some risks. There's some things that you must take to make your life greater. And instead of some of these scared, insecure girls thinking they're going to be safe with a higher value dude, which honestly is what would happen. They're going to be way better off. They're going to be way safer with a higher value dude. But they don't think that way because they think in a scarcity mindset. If you go into business with a scarcity mindset, you're going to fail. I don't care who you are, what you do. If you have a scarcity mindset, you're not going to put in the work you would want to put in. You would have so much doubt. You wouldn't have confidence in what you're doing. You would have virtually nothing. You would flunk it. Some of these chicks out here are flunking things before it even gets started, and that's the whole point here. That's the whole point. You can't have that scarcity mindset. You can't think in the scarcity way, period. Period. It's going to ruin you. You have to see everything as an opportunity, as a blessing. If something good comes your way, don't think about the worst outcomes. I know family members and things like that of mine that think this way. It has never done them any good. They're so far behind in life. They're so far behind in who they actually are because they're this way. You cannot be that way. You have to be brave if you want the greater things in life. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope a lot of you guys can learn from this video. 100%. Once again, don't forget to like the damn video, bro. Put some respect on this video. Put some respect on my name. Like the damn video. Comment, share, do whatever you gotta do, bro. And I'll be back again.